Very good afternoon, students. So today we are going to discuss about cantilever beam. In the previous class, we discussed about simply supported beam. So I hope most of you would have done that some. So in today's class, we'll see how to define a cantilever beam in ANSYS, and then we will see like how to apply load and give the geometry and then solve the problem. So this is the case that we are going to see. So here you are seeing a cantilever sum with a load of 1000 Newton. So the load, if we look at it, it is a point load. So first we are going to see in a cantilever beam how to give a point load and then proceed with the sum. So now we go to the ANSYS software. So you go to the Windows button, click on the Windows button. So here I have ANSYS Micro APDL as a shortcut in my computer. So I clicked on that and I open. Otherwise, you go to Windows, click on the Windows and look out for Microsoft ANSYS product launcher, and you will be in a position to find the ANSYS. So after opening the ANSYS, I go on to the preference. So in the preference button, when you click, a dialog box will open where it will ask for what type of work that you're going to do today. So here we are dealing with a structural problem. So we click on structural and click OK. Next, we go on to preprocessor. In preprocessor, we add the element type. So click element type. Under element type, click add. A pop-up box will open. In that, click on the add button. Once you click on the add button, library of element types dialog box will open. There various options will be there. So here we are solving a beam problem. So we'll click on beam. After clicking on beam, pick 2 node 188 and then hit the OK button. After hitting the OK button, you could see the element types dialog box where you will have type 1 beam 188. So after verifying this, click the close button. So once you click the close button, next go to the material properties. In the material properties, you have to click on material models. Once you click on material models, define material model behavior dialog box will open. In that, click structural. In structural, select linear. Under linear, select elastic. You will have three options popping up: isotropic, orthotropic, and anisotropic. In this, click on isotropic. Once you click on isotropic, it will ask for Young's modulus value and Poisson's ratio value. In the problem we are dealing, the Young's modulus value is 2 into 10 power 5. So we enter that, and then the Poisson's ratio value is 0.3 for steel. We click on OK button, and then under material, click exit. That's it. So you have defined the material. Now you go to the sections. In the sections, click on beam. Since we are dealing a beam problem, click on beam. Under beam, pick common section button. You will see a beam toolbox opening. In that, under B, in that, please enter the dimensions of the beam, where B is entered as 10 mm and H is entered as 10 mm. Click apply and click preview. If you click on preview, you could see the value of IYY, which is nothing but 833.33, which is as we which is something like which we saw actually in the initial PPT. If you want, you could also compute with the formula PDQ by 12 and check. Now we move on to modeling. In order to model, first we create the key points. So click on key points. In key points, click inactive CS. So the first key point number is 1. The coordinate is 0, 0. Next key point number is 2. The coordinate is 100, 0. Click on apply. Now in the screen, you could see two key point number 1 and 2. Now draw lines. In lines, or lines under modeling, you could see lines, check on lines, and then from there you could click on straight lines a create straight line pop-up box will come in, and when you move to the answers, click on point number 1 and then click on point number 2. You created a straight line. Next step is meshing. In order to do the meshing process, click on meshing, click on mesh tool. After clicking on mesh tool, corresponding to the lines, there is a set button. Click on the set button. Once you click on the set button, element size pop-up box will come in. In that, click OK. Number of element divisions, hit 50. Now hit OK button. Now the line is divided into 50 mesh points. Now again click on mesh tool. Again click mesh and then select the line, then give OK. Now the meshing process is done. Now we go to the solutions tab. In the solutions tabs, first what we do is we click on define loads. Under define loads, we have to click apply and you have to select structural and then you have to select displacement. Under displacement, you have to select key points and you have to select the key point which you are going to lock. Here you are selecting only one key point. The reason is because it is a cantilever beam. Click on OK. A dialog box will prompt. In that, click all degrees of freedom and then give the displacement value as 0 and click OK button, and you could see like one end of the beam is fixed and the other end is free. So this is a cantilever beam. Then we go on to give the force. To give the force, we go to force button and click on key points. When you click on key points, a dialog box prompts. You select the key point where the load is going to be acted. There you click. After I'll show it again. Go to the key points, click on key points. Once you click on the key points, a dialog box will come up. Then you go and click the point on which you have to make the load appear. Click on this and click the OK button. Once you click the OK button, the direction of the load is Fy. So we select Fy and the value of the load is minus 1000. So we hit 1000 and then give OK. You could see the point load appearing on the screen. Then what we do is we click on solve. In the solve, click on current LS, click OK. So the solution is done. Click close. So next, what you do is go to the general post processing. Under general post processing, click on plot results. If you click on plot results, you will see a series of options coming in. In that, you pick deformed shape. Click deformed shape, a dialog box will pop up. In that, you select define plus undeformed. Click OK. You could see the deflection value is 2.1, which is what we also got in the problem initially, where I showed the PPT. You can see the deflection is 2. Next, we'll go for shear force and bending moment diagram, for which we have to add the element table. You click on the element table, define table, click on the add button in the dialog box. Now scroll down and then click by sequence number and then give the number 3. Click apply, then again scroll down by sequence number, now 6 and then apply. Next again come down by sequence number 16, apply. Now the last one by sequence number 19, click on OK now. So we have added four elements in the element table. Now we are going to plot results. In the plot results, click on counter plot. In the counter plot, click on line element result. In the line element result, the next one you change it to 16. So it is 3 and 16 and then you click OK. You could see the shear force diagram. Okay. Next is change it to 19. Change it to 6 and 19, and then you could see the response. So this is what we also got in the PowerPoint which we shared earlier. Okay. This is how you'll get the response. Okay. So with this, we are completing cantilever beam only for point load. Next, we move on to cantilever beam with UDL. So in this, everything is going to be same. Only difference is that the load alone, we are going to give it as 100 Newton per meter.